Welcome. And this time, I'm gonna play the Wheel of Time game. I got it 2 years ago when it first came out on GOG, and I played the tutorial, but that's about it. I didn't touch anything past tutorial. The Wheel of Time series, I am not 100% familiar with. I've read maybe the first book out 14. I know I need to read more. I am a big fantasy guy. I love fantasy. And that series seems to be right up my alley. But let's play a game, shall we? So this game's a bit old. It uses really weird controls, so you have to forgive me here if I have a problem playing it every now and then. But let's start the single player. And we're gonna do the tutorial, because I need to remember how to play, and on top of that, there's actual stuff that goes on. Actually, real quick, there is no subtitles, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check before we start. And by the way, the text is extremely tiny, because 1920 by 1080, it is a supported resolution, but the text is really, really tiny. Advanced options. Let me go. Oh, jeez. Oh. Shouldn't have did that. Yeah, okay. We're not going advanced. Master detail control. High. Sure. Alright, let's do single player. Let's do tutorial.
Elayna, in order to be initiated into the White Tower, you must be tested. The artifact you see here is a special tir'angreal for this purpose. Walk through each of its arches in turn. They will bring you face to face with your greatest fears. Don't panic, but listen for my voice. I will guide you through. In this way, we start your training. The first time is for what was. The way back will come but once. Be steadfast.
Oh, okay. Also, I profiled my health bar in the top left are so tiny. Oh, well.
You were a curious child, Elayna. A cave-in trapped you inside this dark cavern. You huddled in the blocked entrance for hours, terrified of the dark. Finally, someone from your village dug you out. That's not going to happen now. Because you never actually explored this cave, it is forged from your suspicions. It is what you feared it might be. You must face it and escape. Follow my directions and all will be well. In this part of the cavern, it's safe to move around. Explore a bit.
Okay. Up, down, left, right, move forward.
Stay still, child. The quake has opened the passage. Follow it, but be careful. You may have to jump over some of the debris.
Okay. The right mouse button or space bars jump. Okay. Bit odd.
The exit is in sight, Elayna, but out of reach. There must be another way to the arch. Steel yourself and drop down. That's good, child. The water kept you from being hurt, but still, you may want to gather some of the roots that grow here for later. They have healing properties.
Okay.
You should know that the root works better if you're still. The only exit appears to be through the water. Dive in.
Okay.
Don't stay too long. Even I, Sedai, can drown. There's another exit to this path. Swim to the arch is close, but there's a climb first. The path is broken, so you'll have to leap over the holes. Be wary of quakes.
I don't know why, but this part right here feels like a tutorial level for a Tomb Raider Lara Croft game on PS1.
The way back will come but once. Walk through the arch. You've done well, Elayna, but you've only begun. The second time is for what is. The way back will come but once. Be steadfast.
Okay.
Elayna, your virtually non-existent ability to channel is crippling. Fear of failure has driven you to use tir'angreal as crutches, yet you still hide from the world, doing research in the White Tower. Only the lure of new artifacts could draw you from the safety of the tower. These are the basements of a powerful dark friend who also collects tir'angreal, a collection protected by traps. Try the door, Elayna, although the lock doesn't bode well. So much for that. You must explore this storeroom for another exit, or find the key to this one.
Interesting. I wonder where it could be.
Your experience allows you to identify the functions of new artifacts. When you pick up a tir'angreal, examine it to understand how to use it. You can use air pulse to break or push things like these crates. Some, bound by iron, are unbreakable. Others open without much effort.
Oh, F2. Air Pulse. It's an air spell. Common. Infinite charges. Air Pulse pushes a small, quick wave of air directly in front of you at very close range. If the blast of air strikes someone, the weave hits like a hammer, inflicting significant damage. The artifact continually replenishes its power from the one source, so charges are not expended. As if a giant hand had smashed him aside, he flew 10 paces through the air, crashing to the stone.
Break open these crates, Elayna.
Okay.
Some crates hold items. You've triggered one of the Dark Friend's traps. It protects the key in this alcove. This portcullis isn't reinforced. You should be able to break through it with air pulse.
Okay. Light Sphere. Activating the, Terangriel weaves a simple sphere of light. The sphere accompanies you until unraveled by subsequent activation. She channeled even as she moved, weaving a web of light that hung to one side, a sphere pure white that casts lurid shadows about the room. I have a feeling those quotes are from books. Just saying. Alright, so you're saying air pulse it? Oh, wait. Oh, darn, I opened something by accident. Oh, that's actually very nice.
Try the door again. This time you have a key.
Come, my orb of light.
This corridor is blocked by a reinforced portcullis, opened only by a lever on the other side. You cannot break through.
Okay.
There is another artifact here, though. Take and research it. The glow around the tir'angreal means that it will reappear here if you use all of its charges. Step up to the portcullis and use the shift artifact.
Shift. Shift instantly moves you a few paces ahead of your current location. Though all obstacles, as long as the destination is clear, through all the obstacles as long as the destination is clear. Any weave currently locked on you lose the target. You did not need to know the place at all to travel, if you only intended to go a very short distance. Okay.
Now pull the lever to open the portcullis. When you use the only charge of the shift artifact, it reappeared. Take it again and use it to pass through the remaining portcullis. This trap is the deadliest weapon. A stream of fireballs prevents anyone from going further. However, the fire shield artifact here protects against both weaves of fire and fire-based environmental hazards. Take and use it. Then walk down this hall.
1 second. Fire shield. A fire shield forms a protective barrier that prevents all fire-based weaves or environmental hazards from affecting you. She filled the corridor around him with fire from wall to wall, floor to ceiling, fire so hot the stone itself smoked. Raven screamed in the middle of the flame and staggered away from her, a heartbeat less, and he stood inside the flame, but surrounded by clear air. Every scrap of satyr she could channel was going into that inferno, but he held it at bay. Alright. Oh, hello.
The fire shield is a passive defense. There are much stronger defensive artifacts, such as the reflect technology found here. Take, research, and use it against the trap.
Okay, 1 second. Let me research it. This one is all. It's a rare. For a short time, reflect surrounds you with a shield that causes any weave that strikes it to bounce back to the originator. You are not affected by the attack. As her hand grasped it, the power surged within her, into a half figure, and back into her, into the figure, and back, in, and back.
You might want to use your light globe, Elayna. It's dark.
I bet. It's actually quite nice.
You're amassing quite the collection of Tirangreal. Why don't you use your new fireball artifact against this wall trap?
Ah, okay, and you can select like that. Okay, Fireball, which is a fire spell. Shocking. This one actually has charges. Fireball Terangria launches its concentrated weave of fire, explodes upon impact with anything except water, which causes it to fizzle. A head-sized fireball flashed down the street toward her. She leaped back just like before it exploded against the corner where her head had been, showering her with stone chips.
The arch is there, Elayna. You
Oh.
must watch where you're walking, child. Now, quickly climb up the wall and leave this dreadful place. The arch won't stay forever.
Technically, I could have avoided it. Okay. Ah. Cheeky, cheeky.
Steady, Elayna. You've endured much, but learned much as well. I know each test is hard, but what comes is the worst of all. The third time is for what will be. The way back will come but once. Be steadfast.
Alright, let's go.
In this time, you are an emissary of the White Tower. A diplomatic mission brought you to Faldara, an outpost on the borderlands, whose soldiers hold the forces of the Dark One within the Blight. They didn't expect the sudden, concentrated assault that overwhelmed the keep. No doubt in search of you. Now it's only a matter of time until the Trollocs and Myrddraal find the chamber in which you hide. Because you cannot channel, you are forced to rely on the Sister and Warder accompanying you for protection, but they are outnumbered. Your only chance is to set traps for the invaders.
Tend environment.
There is only one exit, and the invaders are likely just outside. That's where they'll enter. 2 paths lead from this door to the main room where you'll be. You must channel the invaders through one of the corridors in order to ensure that they'll encounter your traps. Place a makeshift wall to block the shorter path.
Oh. I'm just gonna... Wait. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay, I have to look at that. Okay, and then...
Very good, child. Now place 2 spear traps along the remaining corridor. It's tight enough to make the spears effective.
Alright, here, let me read about what all these do, shall we? The Sindeliar seal. Although this appears to be more than a stone disc, perhaps a hand span across, is actually a Cylindar artifact from the Age of Legends. It represents a focus point for the actual seals holding closed the Dark One's prison at Shayagul. If someone holds 4 of these at once and understands how to manipulate them, they can affect the prison of the Dark One, possibly releasing the Dark One or shutting him away. She took something from her pouch and laid it on the table before her. It was a disc the size of a man's hand, seemingly made of 2 teardrops fitted together. One pitch as black as pitch, the other white as snow. Interesting. One, which is a water, which, all right. Once a woman becomes Aes Sedai, she may bond a water. Men chosen from their skills at arms are permanently linked to Aes Sedai sisters and then trained to be protectors. They are also issued a color-shifting cloak that allow them to fade into the background, effectively making them invisible. Wanderers are among the most fearsome warriors known. Some ascribe their uncanny fighting ability to their spectacle bond, but their Aes Sedai deny this. As she had left, a tall man, Rand, had not noticed before, moved away from the front of the inn and followed her. One hand resting on a long hilt of a sword. His clothes were dark grayish green that would fade into leaf or shadow, and his cloak swirled through shades of gray and green and brown as it shifted in the wind. It almost seemed to disappear at times, that cloak fading into whatever lay beyond it. Okay. Then we got Aes Sedai. Aes Sedai sister, a woman who can touch the one power, usually finds her way to the White Tower to be trained. Otherwise, she may find death or insanity. After years of study, passing final tests, and taking the 3 oaths, she becomes a full sister and must join one of the 7 sects of Ahaz within the tower. All Aes Sedai are able to channel the one power to create powerful offensive or defensive weaves for the use of defending the tower. She was slender and not at all tall, and smooth-cheeked. Aes Sedai, ageless, often made appear younger than she was. But Moraine had a commanding grace and a calm presence that could dominate any gathering. And I got some... Oh, can't do that. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Oh, wait. Oh, Sister of the Hall. Sister of the Hall. The ruling council of Aes Sedai is known as the Hall of the Tower, which consists of 3 representatives called sisters. For each the Amaryllian... Oh, man. I'm sorry for this pronunciation. Amaryllian seat, who leads the hall, and the Keeper of Chronicles, Amaryllian's right hand. The sisters tend to be the most experienced and dangerous sisters in the tower. They command a larger repertoire of weaves, more powerful, and requiring a greater ability to channel than any other Aes Sedai. A sternness far beyond Moraine's radiate from her. He had sometimes thought of Moraine as steel covered with velvet. With Elayna? The velvet was only an illusion. Wait, does the water have another one? No, it's just one water. This... what is that? It's an alarm. The alarm is a simple gong that can be placed in a flat, clear, vertical surface. When any captains near the alarm spot an intruder, instead of attacking, they run to the nearest alarm and strike it. Guards within the range immediately gather to learn where to search for the intruder. We must hurry. They will kill us if they find us. Somewhere above, gongs began to sound an alarm, and more thundered across through the stone. Spear trap. The spear trap can be placed on a vertical or horizontal surface large enough to support it. It appears as a simple hole. When someone approaches this hole, a thick, dangerous spear shoots out, cutting and pushing the victim back. Afterward, it is drawn back into the hole by a connected chain. He stopped in his tracks. He stopped in his tracks. That spear waited, ready to seek his ribs. 6 looks like a firewall. Firewall consists of a line of burning boards, sticks, brush, anything flammable. The firewall can be placed on against any flat vertical surface. It extends across the floor to the far wall. While people can cross the line, the fire causes quite a bit of damage in the process. Repeated crossings eventually stamp out the fire. So I'm going to need to replace that, even though it's probably strong. Flames leap from the floor beneath his feet. Furious jets that flashed tapestries and rugs, tables and chests to wisp of ash. He smashed the fire flat. Alright, and 7 is wall. The wall is a hastily built barricade consisting of any convenient material. It can be placed against any flat vertical surface. The wall extends across the floor to block off possible passage through corridors or rooms. Although the wall is sturdier than portcullises, it could still be destroyed. Like a nightmare, the wall above toppled outward in half a dozen places. Aiel and stones smashing down on those still climbing. Before those bouncing, sliding chunks of masonry breached the streets, trollets appeared in the opening, dropping tree-thick battering rams they had used. Okay. 8. It looks like a trap door. Yeah, pit trap. Pits can be placed on any horizontal blah 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 that cannot overlap. Once placed, the pit is rather difficult to see. Oh, in other words, I can flaw my own trap. The square covering appears as a faint design. It is illusionary, a false door, which sends anyone walking on it falling into a deep pit below. Hitting the bottom causes a fair amount of damage, but vines growing on the pit make climbing out easy. He lurched another step as the floor gave way beneath him. Desperately, he flung out his hands with a jolt. The right hand caught hold of the rough edge. He dangled in the pitch blackness. The fall beneath his boots might be a few spans into basement or a mile, for all he could tell. And stairs, which, yeah, tilting stairway. Inside of your citadel, every stairway marked with the trap icon can be trapped. Once a stair trap is active, it waits until someone reaches the center step, after which all the steps flatten and send the victim stumbling back to the ground. This keeps people from climbing the stairs, and could potentially push them into other traps on the bottom. Lon leaped down the last steps, landing with a crash, sword in hand. Okay. And then, portcullis. A portcullis. An archway marked with a portcullis icon can be trapped. Once the portcullis is active, it waits for someone to walk beneath the arch. This causes a metal gate to fall from the ceiling, damaging anyone underneath it, but most likely trapping that person on the other side. Portcullises are more fragile than walls and can be destroyed without difficulty. A door of iron bars stood in her way, with a lock as big as her head. She channeled earth before she reached it, and when she pushed against the bars, the lock tore in half. Okay, I think we're done reading that for now. Let's place some spear traps. You want me to place one here?
Good. Now, one more. Good. Now, place one more spear trap.
Oh.
Although damaged by the spears, the Trollocs won't stop. They will likely just become angrier and charge out of the corridor into the main room. A pit at the opening might make a nice welcome. Now position your companions, the sister and her warder. Although it would be safest to keep them in the main room, you can place them anywhere.
Alright, so clearly you want to put the sister in the back so she can channel. But you want the warder...
One more precaution, child. Activate the portcullis in front of the alcove in back of the main room. It might just save your life.
And then I'm going to stick the warder here. Press... Alright, portcullis. Oh, whoops, wrong button. Okay, there you go.
You've done well, Elayna, and you're as ready as you can be. Steel yourself. The Trolloc horde is gathering outside, and the door won't hold them off for long.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Sister?
The light illumine you.
The archway has appeared, Elayna. You must go now.
Sister?
Don't tarry. The arch won't last forever.
Damn, I really want to see what happens.
You are washed clean, Elayna, of all ties that bind you to the world. You come to us washed clean in heart and soul. You are sealed to the White Tower now. You are ready.
Okay. I really wanted to stay, but everything immediately went crazy. I'm like, I should leave before I die in tutorial. Oh. Oh, now I'm back here. single player, and we're gonna do new game. Okay. I would do hard, but I read some reviews in the game. Apparently the AI is a huge jerk and can be extremely unrelenting. I'm gonna go medium, but if the game is too easy, I'll see if there's a way I can increase it.
Another age, called the Third Age by some, an age yet to come, an age long past. A wind rises in the Dragon Mount. The wind is not the beginning. There are neither beginnings nor endings to the turning of the wheel of time. But it is a beginning. The wind dives down through the streets of Tar Valon, the city surrounding the White Tower. Shutters slam closed in its wake. People hug their cloaks and race inside their homes. Without knowing why, they sense that the wind brings a chill. It has nothing to do with the weather. Elayna Sedai, the keeper of the Chronicles of the White Tower, the right hand of the Amarlan seat, is touched by the wind. She shivers. Elayna is Aes Sedai, but she can't channel the one power more than a trickle. Because of this, some wonder if her friendship with the Amarlan isn't the only reason for her position. But few can question her mastery of the Tower's collection of Tir Angreal, artifacts from the Age of Legends that can perform wondrous tasks with the One Power without requiring the user to channel. Elayna is of the Brown Aja, one of 7 different factions in the Tower. While some dedicate themselves to finding and eliminating men that can channel, like the Red, or championing worthy causes, like the Blue, the Brown Aja is dedicated to the gathering and preservation of knowledge. It's no wonder that Elayna finds herself working late into the night.
What is that? A report from the expedition of Brown Aja sisters that I sent to the borderlands. And? It's not good news. They used the maps I discovered, but haven't found anything resembling a cache of Tir Angreal or one of the Quendeler seals. Even worse, they've had some trouble with the local White Cloaks. Apparently, the garrison leader hates Aes Sedai.
White Cloaks?
That's a nickname for the army known as the Children of the Light, because of their white cloaks. They're fanatics. They claim they're battling the Dark One, but most of the time, they just terrorize the public. I don't like their tactics. Can you answer the door, Kieran?
You're the witch who can't channel, right? Where are the seals? Where are the seals? They've got to be here somewhere. This has to be it. I've been played for a fool. The seals aren't here at all.
We all grieve for the loss of Kirin Sedai, my child. I know she was your friend, but she was just one of 14 sisters murdered this night. You are the only surviving witness.
Witness to what? Who was that man? Why was he demanding the seals? I thought it was public knowledge that only the Amarlan knows where they are hidden.
Public knowledge inside of the tower. I believe that this was his first visit.
But how did he get in? How'd he get to my room?
Ah, yes. Despite the casualties, I doubt that he could have made it to your chambers without assistance.
Assistance? Black Aja.
I have no proof, so I want to hear none of this from you outside of this room. But I have suspected for some time that a few of our sisters have allied with the Dark One.
Who?
I cannot say. Not yet.
Why are you telling me? I was the only one left alive. Wouldn't that implicate me?
You're not Black Aja, child. I'd stake my life on it. In fact, I already have. This man was here to take our seals, although I can't guess why. But he didn't even come close to success. Either his attempt was poorly planned, or there's something here that we don't understand. Regardless, he did manage to murder our sisters and steal your store of Tir Angrial. And the whole tower knows about it.
That reminds me. There was a panel hidden in the wall of my chamber that I'd never come across. It held an unfamiliar Tir Angrial.
Yes, I know. I put that panel in your wall back when it was my chamber. The artifact inside was very important. This is what we need to discuss. The sitters of the hall are understandably furious. Right now, they are scattering our home guard into the countryside to search for the assassin, which they do against my wishes. Don't mistake me, child. I'm just as angry as the others. But I hesitate to leave the White Tower with a skeleton force to go look for a needle in a haystack. And this man carries my artifact. If he is discovered by someone not true to the tower...
I understand. What do you want from me?
I believe this is yours. It's a report found on your desk. Given the handprint, the man has obviously read it. The report claims that a seal might be located in the borderlands to the west. I thought that after his failure here, he might try again there. It was a flimsy lead, but I had nothing else. My eyes and ears along that path have confirmed that he is indeed heading southwest. They also tell me that he has surrounded himself with a regiment of Trollocs. This slows him down, and will make it difficult to cross the Netherendril River, since he can't travel through Whitebridge. If you hurry, you should be able to overtake him in the woods outside of Shadar Logoth. Try to catch him before he reaches the city. You certainly don't want to be chasing after him inside of that cursed place.
Me? How am I supposed to handle an assassin and a regiment of Trollocs? I can't channel the one power more than a trickle. Even he knew that.
I can't trust anyone else. You've been studying our Tir Angrial for years. No one is more proficient in their use. These artifacts can make you as powerful as any other sister, if not more. Take whatever we have left. Be careful, though. He's obviously been trained to use Tir Angrial himself. Also, watch for any of our forces tracking the assassin. They may get lucky, and you must reach him before they do. Find this man and bring back what he has stolen. More than you know depends on it.
Tarvalin Gold convinced a sailor to take me down the Netherendril, but drawing nearer to Shadar Logoth made him increasingly nervous. He finally left me off, saying that this is the closest he'd come to the cursed city. The assassin has already been here. He and his Trollocs left a swath of destruction in their wake. Others from the tower are bound to find it. The Trollocs' latest victims appear to be a caravan of peace-sworn tinkers, but I'm too late to help them. I must try to overtake the assassin before we near the city. What's inside scares even the Shadow-sworn.
Alright, I need to try and track down the assassin before we reach Shadar Logoth. In doing so, learn to use my Terangriel to defend myself. Research what you can by selecting artifacts with F2 and gather any Terangriel you find. Okay. Oh, whoops, I hit F. Oh, wait. And I got air pulse. Oh, you just dropped me here? Okay. Alright, already the story is very... I'm interested. That doesn't seem good. That's an herb. Ooh, the music. I am sorry, 1 second. Is there a settings? Let me save. Oh, not you. Escape. Escape again. Oh yeah, let me turn that up. I'll turn that up too. Wow, that music's actually really good. F2. It's a heal. It is air, water, and spirit. With each activation, the heal triangle raises your health slightly. A chill rippled through him. Not the blasting cold of a full healing, but the chill that pushed weariness out as it passed. Okay. Oh, whoops. Oh, you look cool. I am sorry, man. My health is at 100 because I have that
blood and ashes. I said leave me alone.
Alright, I know when it's a little too loud, especially for me. Give me a second. I, though, really do like... What? Oh. No, we'll have high. Thank you very much. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, that music is actually shockingly really good. Stay in one place and the heal is more effective. Oh, it's you. Oh, this is the thing that was on her desk. You should try to grab it. It's a dart. The dart triangle focuses one power into a weak burst of energy. Although a single charge may not be necessarily inflict much damage, the artifact can spray multiple darts at a victim in a very short time. His sudden roar made Egwin jump, clapping a hand to his left buttock. He humbled in a pain circle. So, in other words...
You are nothing.
Oh, that's what they meant by AI reads your inputs, because he is dodging me like a mad lad. I'm gonna go back to air pulse for now, because that really... I got personal shield, which is an air, which makes sense because you can put like a protective air bubble around you. Personal shield surrounds you with a weave that blunts all damage, dealing attacks, internal and or external, is a permanent effect, although it can be worn away by set attacks. Subsequent activation replenishes the shield strength. Rand seized Seidan and channeled as the bolt flew toward him. It struck air. A silvery blue mass hanged above the street, with a clang of metal against metal. So if I use it, it stays on, but after I get attacked so many times, it will wear off. Okay. I am sucking right now. You have to forgive me. But the music in this game is absolutely bloody amazing so far. I'm gonna have to see if I have the soundtrack on GOG. Hopefully that's an addition they have. Like, oh, here, have the soundtrack. Found out the game's actually quite pretty. Ah, hello. Exploration. I thought he was still breathing. I saw his ribcage shit and all that. You got personal shield. Oh, I got 2 of them now. That would have been useful to have before. Good job, me. Alright, if I see any more flowers, I will pick one, but I don't think there's any more at the moment. And then, of course, I'll adjust the sound in OBS afterwards. I'm done with this for next time. It's really hard for me to alt-tab out. Actually, I'm gonna alt-tab out. Let me see if I can actually see things. Let me see. I can! Oh. Except now you can see my desktop. Alright. The game is alt-tabable. Okay, that's good. Can I go into the water? I can. Where am I going? Oh, wait. I'm not controlling my movements, by the way. The game's just doing it itself. Oh, so I'll just push you to here. Alright, so no matter what, if you fall in the water, it'll just put you here. Okay. I'm gonna pop this. There we go. I have a shield on. I love how there's a path that leads here. There's nothing there. I need another herb. I don't want to waste the chalice. I only got 3 charges on that. Oh. Never mind, I have more. Oh, damn it. Alright, I'm gonna save the rest of those charges. Give me the herb. Let that. There we go. My profile pic is now happier. Oh, I can go up here. Oh, actually, yes, thank you. I need more of those. Oh, wait. Alright, this might hurt. You got the fireball, which I am not using. I am saving it. Now I got another shield, which my shield's looking okay. Alright, I'm gonna save it. I'll save over that, of course. And then I forget, F5 is quick save. Oh. Yeah, she got rough. They're cooking her. Or him. It's right. Oh, to him, okay. Yeah, I'm not hungry for that. I'll pass. Jeez, that scared me. That was loud. Alright, so the lighter ones are stronger than the darker ones. Good. But this fireball, which I'm gonna save for those. Okay, let's go this way. Come on. Alright, once again, I'm out of that. Man, they dodge like mad lads, don't they? Where does this go? Oh, it's just a vantage point. You could probably, like, fireball them from here. Exploration's going to be my friend. I got 23 fireballs. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna buy more. I want to go in the water, but I gotta go back to the beginning. Let's go. I hate to say his facial hair
Move,
is
you witless
awful.
brutes! She'll be here any moment!
It's a trap, literally.
I Sedai witch! Burn you and your kind! Let me alone!
Ducking into the alcove managed to save my life, but the assassin has slipped through my grasp. This tunnel might lead into the city, but Shadar Logoth is huge. Finding him won't be easy. I'm not at all eager to enter the city anyway. Shadar Logoth fell into ruin thousands of years ago in the battle against the Dark One, but it became something sinister, an evil apart from the shadow. The assassin won't find any friends here, but the horrors inside await me as well.
I gotta track the assassin through the city however I can, and Shadar Logoth is ancient. The city may hold ancient artifacts that could help keep me alive. I think for now, I'm gonna end it here. I know it's a little short, but I got my feel of the game. I know how it is. I quite like it. I can't wait to play more. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. And I'm gonna pick it up next time. I immediately see, I'm happy I didn't go hard, because I wasted how many of my darts? Because they kept dodging every time I shot them. So that's the one complaint people have with this game, it's just they dodge a lot, because they read your inputs or something like that, which yeah, I'm going to stick with medium then for now. But yeah, so far, I'm enjoying it, the story's really good, and the soundtrack is so far killer. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.